The CIA, an entity shrouded in secrecy and intrigue, took its first breath from the ashes of the World War II Office of Strategic Services, or OSS. In the throes of World War II, as the globe was being torn asunder by conflict, the United States recognized the need for a centralized intelligence entity. Thus, the Office of Strategic Services, or OSS, was born. Conceived in the crucible of war, the OSS was a wartime intelligence agency of the United States during World War II. The OSS was tasked with conducting espionage activities behind enemy lines and coordinating the actions of resistance movements in Europe and Asia. From infiltrating Nazi-occupied Europe to supporting guerrillas in the jungles of Burma, the OSS was at the forefront of some of the most daring operations of the war. Yet its lifespan was short-lived. With the end of World War II, the OSS was disbanded, but the need for a peacetime intelligence service was apparent. As the world transitioned from global warfare to a battle of ideologies during the Cold War, intelligence became a crucial asset. In 1947, under the National Security Act, the Central Intelligence Agency was created. The act mandated the CIA to gather and analyze information about foreign governments, corporations, and individuals, and to provide the President and senior U.S. government policymakers with timely and accurate intelligence on national security issues. The CIA therefore became the first line of defense, the eyes and ears on the ground, gathering critical information from around the globe. Its mandate went beyond mere data collection. The CIA was tasked with analyzing this information, piecing together the complex puzzle of global events, and providing strategic insights to the highest echelons of the U.S. government. And so, from the shadows of the OSS emerged an entity whose influence would reach every corner of the globe, an entity that would operate in the shadows, shaping the course of history from behind the scenes. And so it began, the dawn of a new era in global intelligence and covert operations, the birth of the Central Intelligence Agency. The 50s were a time of innovation and intervention for the young CIA. The decade was marked by audacious technological advancements as well as covert operations that would forever shape the world's geopolitical landscape. In the skies, the CIA was reaching new heights with the development of the U-2 spy plane. This high-altitude marvel allowed the United States to keep an eye on its Cold War adversaries from an unprecedented vantage point. The U-2 was more than a plane. It was a symbol of American ingenuity, a silent sentinel in the sky, watching, waiting, gathering vital information. On the ground, the CIA was delving into the mind's deepest recesses with the MKULTRA experiments. This was the agency's foray into mind control, a venture that remains shrouded in mystery and controversy. While the full extent of the MKULTRA experiments is still unknown, their existence underlines the CIA's relentless pursuit of knowledge, even in the most unconventional and disputed fields. But the 50s were not just about technological leaps and psychological exploration. Across the globe, the CIA was orchestrating coups that would have far-reaching implications. In Iran, the agency played a pivotal role in the overthrow of Prime Minister Mossadegh, a move that would significantly alter the course of Iranian history. Similarly, in Guatemala, the CIA's involvement in the coup against President Arbenz had lasting repercussions on the nation's political trajectory. These operations, carried out in the shadows, were a testament to the CIA's growing assertiveness in the global arena. They showcased the agency's knack for clandestine activities, but they also highlighted the potential pitfalls of such interventions. The 1950s saw the CIA stretching its wings, sometimes soaring, sometimes stumbling, always moving forward. It was a time of unprecedented growth and learning for the agency, a period marked by triumphs and trials, innovation and intervention. As the decade closed, the CIA was poised for the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead, ready to navigate the turbulent waters of international espionage and covert operations. The 60s brought new challenges and new technologies to the CIA. This was an era marked by a significant shift in global politics and a race for technological superiority. The Bay of Pigs invasion in 1961 was a dramatic event for the agency. An attempt to overthrow Fidel Castro's regime in Cuba, it was a plan fraught with complications from the start. Despite the careful planning and extensive training of Cuban exiles, the operation ended in failure. This was a stark reminder that even the most detailed plans can be undone by unforeseen circumstances. It was a hard-learned lesson, but one that would shape the CIA's approach in the years to come. The same year, the world watched breathlessly as the Cuban Missile Crisis unfolded. A perilous game of brinkmanship between the United States and the Soviet Union nearly brought the world to the brink of nuclear war. The CIA played a crucial role in providing intelligence that helped President Kennedy navigate this tense standoff. It was a moment that showcased the importance of accurate, timely intelligence in averting global catastrophe. Meanwhile, the technology race was heating up. The development of the SR-71 Blackbird in the mid-60s marked a significant leap in reconnaissance capabilities. This high-speed, high-altitude aircraft allowed the CIA to gather intelligence from around the globe with unprecedented speed and precision. The Blackbird was a technological marvel that redefined the boundaries of aerial surveillance. But the 60s were not just about crisis and technology. They were also a time of introspection for the agency. The lessons learned from the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the development of the Blackbird would shape the CIA's strategies and operations in the decades to come. The tumultuous 60s tested the CIA's mettle, with triumphs and failures shaping its path. These experiences highlighted the importance of adaptability and innovation in a rapidly changing world. And as the decade drew to a close, the CIA was poised to face new challenges and opportunities in the years ahead. The 70s saw the CIA navigating the treacherous waters of diplomacy and revolution. As the decade began, the focus shifted to arms control, with the Strategic Arms Limitation Talks, or SALT treaties, taking center stage. These treaties were a significant leap in the global effort to prevent nuclear warfare, a testament to the power of diplomacy and negotiation. The CIA played a pivotal role in providing crucial intelligence during these negotiations, ensuring the United States remained a step ahead. But as the 70s progressed, the world was shaken by the Iranian Revolution of 1979. This uprising marked a seismic shift in the Middle East, leading to a complete transformation of Iran's political landscape. The CIA, caught off guard, faced the challenge of understanding and responding to this unexpected upheaval. The 70s were a decade of change and challenge for the CIA, a test of its resilience and adaptability. The 80s and 90s brought a new world order, and with it new adversaries for the CIA. As the Cold War reached its peak, the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan. The CIA, seeing an opportunity to counteract Soviet influence, began offering support to the Mujahideen, a group of Afghan resistance fighters. This was one of the many instances where the agency found itself playing a complex game of geopolitical chess, using covert tactics to tip the scales in favor of American interests. Meanwhile, across the globe, the agency was entangled in another controversy, the Iran-Contra affair. This scandal revolved around the covert sale of weapons to Iran, allegedly to fund Contra rebels in Nicaragua. It was a stark reminder of the intricate and sometimes murky operations the CIA was involved in. As the 90s dawned, the world witnessed the fall of a giant. The Soviet Union collapsed, marking the end of the Cold War. This event reshaped the global landscape and the CIA's role within it. No longer facing off against a singular adversary, the agency had to contend with emerging threats scattered across the globe. One such threat was Al-Qaeda, led by Osama bin Laden. The CIA, tasked with the protection of American interests, found itself navigating the treacherous waters of international terrorism. The rise of Al-Qaeda culminated in the Gulf War, a conflict that further underscored the agency's pivotal role in gathering intelligence and shaping American foreign policy. As the world changed, so did the CIA, evolving to meet the challenges of a rapidly shifting global landscape. From supporting resistance fighters to identifying emerging threats, the agency's actions in these 2 decades serve as a testament to its adaptability, resilience, and continuous relevance in a world marked by constant change.